Hey guys, Tuckz here. Today we're going to be doing a mouse review, which is going to be the first on the channel actually. For those of you that don't know, I'm a Fortnite professional player, have been for the past 2.5 years. But we're really going to be bringing the YouTube channel to life now, as I have a lot of time and I'm currently off for a finger injury. So we're going to be doing mouse reviews, mouse pads, keyboards, and I'm also going to be reviewing my new 360Hz monitor. So if you want to see that, let me know down below in the comment section. Hit the like button if you like the video, dislike if you dislike the video. It just sort of lets me know how I'm doing, and also anything that I can improve on, that would be great. But yeah, guys, if you really like the video, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell. All right, guys, so now we're going to jump into some gameplay. I'm going to be talking over it and going over the mouse for you guys while you watch that. I'm also going to do a little highlight reel for you guys. Just to go over my setup really quickly, I use the Artisan Heian, Fnatic Streak 65, and the Dell Alienware 360Hz monitor. In a lot of these clips, I'm actually switching over mouse pads because I have the new Hayate Otsu and also the Artisan Zero. So I'm switching between those three in a lot of the clips. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a review on those soon because there's some great pads. And if you guys want a review of that, just comment down below, like the video, subscribe. And yeah, I'm going to be pushing out a lot more content on my YouTube. So yeah, enjoy. Just to quickly brush over my history as a professional player. Currently, I'm a Fortnite professional player and have been for the past couple years. Last year, I was able to go to the Fortnite World Cup, where I competed for the $3 million prize pool in New York. And before that, I was actually able to come second in the Winter Royale tournament, which was in 2018. Before Fortnite, I was playing Valorant. And in Valorant, I was actually playing in the beta mainly, where I had to make a tough decision of whether to play Valorant or Fortnite as my competitive game, which I ended up choosing Fortnite for now. Whereas I've actually recently switched back to Valorant, so that's probably what you guys are going to see as gameplay. God. And then before Valorant, I was playing Destiny 2 and CSGO. CSGO, I was competing in a lot of high-level tournaments against some great teams. I was actually planning to go to LANs, but at the time I was only 16 and I couldn't afford to. And then before CSGO, I was playing Destiny 2, like I said, and I was able to get top 50 in that game as well. Anyway, I just wanted to quickly go over that just so you guys understand where I'm coming from as a professional player and what I look for in products. I'm specifically looking for performance, as that's the #1 thing. Anything extra is a benefit in my eyes. But yeah, guys, let's jump straight into the video. Don't want to take any more of your time. Enjoy.
Oh my god, he's been bullied. Oh my god, he's been bullied.
You just shoot me to myself.
No way.
Cracks. Full box.
Nice.
Alright guys, let's start off by saying that the G Pro Wireless is 150 Great British Pounds. This is definitely on the steep end in terms of mice. It's actually the most expensive mouse I've ever purchased, but I definitely do think it's worth the price, especially over the competition, just because it brings a couple things to the table that the others just seem to be struggling to keep up on, which is more specifically the weight and the quality. But we'll definitely get into a bit more of that later in the video. So first, let's start with the buttons compared to the old G Pro Wireless. So the G Pro Wireless from, I think it was 2018, had 50Ms. This is one of the first models. I didn't actually use this mouse that much when I got it. I used it for about 6 months. And then I decided to switch off and try other mice for a while. But this one has the 50Ms. This one has the 20Ms. In terms of feel, this one definitely does feel like there's a little bit more travel in the click compared to the 50Ms. But it's nothing major. And I would like to say that I actually prefer the G Pro Wireless Superlight click feel. I don't know why it is. A lot of people say it feels a little bit more hollow. I was using the Viper for a while, so maybe that's why I just prefer it. It feels a little bit more similar. I just like the snappiness of the clicks. These definitely feel like more of your conventional clicks on the G Pro Wireless. But something about these, I just feel like I can really, get the click timing down to where I need it to be for those headshots. As for the mouse wheel, the mouse was definitely better on the Superlight. It's a little bit heavier, but it makes it feel a bit more premium. And when I mean heavy, I mean the actual turning feels, you have to put a little bit more force in to turn the wheel. Whereas this does feel quite loose, which is something that I never really liked with the G Pro Wireless. It was, especially for resetting in Fortnite, like resetting edits and stuff like that, you would always overstep and it would grab you into another edit. Whereas this one is very precise. You feel like it stops where you stop. As for the coating of the mouse, the G Pro Wireless Superlight definitely does feel a little bit better. When I first got it out of the box about a month ago now, I put my hand on it and initially I didn't like it as much, purely because for some reason, my hand was sweating more when using the mouse. But now that I've used it for a month, I feel like this is slightly better. It just feels a little bit more rubbery, similar to the XM1, whereas this just feels like hard plastic. And that little bit of rubber does give you a bit more grip. However, I feel like it's a bit more prone to sweat, very slightly. But I think overall it is definitely an upgrade. I've never had an issue. As you can see on these, I've actually put on grips because I felt like I needed it in game. Whereas on this one, I never felt like I needed it. And without the grips, the grip width is slightly narrower. So if I was to do anything, I would recommend either keeping it plain like this. These are actually just like some conventional grips I got off Amazon. Whereas these actually, there's some in the box that you can use, and I did end up using them for a little bit, but after taking them off, I definitely prefer it without the grips. Now, moving on to the feet that came with the mouse. So the feet are really thin. These right here are core pads. I put these on about a week ago now, and I've been wearing them in. And I can tell you that these definitely feel smoother than the stock skate feet. The skates on the original G Pro wireless were just Teflons. They were just normal black mouse feet. They were horrendous. They were really, really bad. So I've also put core pads on these. But compared to the newer ones that came on the Superlight was definitely better. I've been spoiled a little bit, and I've been used to core pads. They just feel that slight bit smoother. Not slight, actually. I would say it's a decent bit smoother. They keep about the same speed as the ones that came with the mouse. They just feel higher quality. They're thicker. There's less scratchiness to it. The core pads are just my go-to. If you guys haven't got core pads on your mice, it's just one of those things that will definitely improve the feeling of your mouse and overall your performance as well. Because you want that consistency, you want that smoothness, and that's what core pads provide. You can get hyperglides as well, and I've heard hotline games are pretty good, so yeah. And just to go over the build quality, there's no creaking, no snapping, nothing at all of worry. It actually does feel just as good as the G Pro Wireless. I actually think it's slightly improved purely because when you used to slam down the G Pro Wireless, you would get this sort of rattling sound underneath the left and right click. I think it's something to do with their tension clicking system or something they call it. Which they've actually seemed to have improved slightly on this one, purely because it doesn't rattle as much when you slam the mouse down. It does feel a lot more premium when you're throwing the mouse around. So yeah, they've definitely done some small improvements on this one. Overall, though, this one is definitely a much better option. It's just a good package. It's just an improved version of the G Pro Wireless, which is definitely a good thing because it was already a great mouse. And even though this wasn't my main, this is now my main, purely because I've always loved light mice. And I mean, yeah, the white matches my setup at the moment. The sensor to me feels the exact same. I've never had any issues with either of them. But let's talk about the shape a little bit. Everyone knows the G Pro Wireless shape. It's an egg shape. I usually go from the bottom of a mouse because you can quite clearly see sort of what they're going for. You can see quite straight sides. They are slightly curved. The back is decent. It's a decent size. It's pretty average. But it does go up into a hump in the middle. See, the highest point is in the middle, which allows for multiple grip styles, you know, palm, claw, fingertip. So you can go for whatever. I use a claw grip as my main grip. Like this, I sort of rest my palm on the back. It's more of a relaxed claw, really. I have my two fingers on the side like that. But I also have been recently, because of my finger injury, I've been playing more of a palm style, laying my finger flat. So yeah, both of those grip styles work absolutely fine. I'm not really a big fingertip gripper because I like the extra control with my palm. I aim with my wrist a lot. And also I combine it with my arms, so I feel like a claw or a palm style is better for me. But yeah, I would say it's going to be good for anyone. It's a medium to large size mouse, so I would say you need medium hands to use this mouse effectively. But now it's so light, even small hands could get away with it. But I would say it's definitely best for medium to large size hands. Otherwise, I would go, if you have small hands, for example, I would go with something else, maybe like a Viper Mini, or maybe when the XM1 Mini comes out, something like that. But for medium to large hands, this is near perfect. I mean, the wireless capabilities on this, it feels wired. I thought I'd be able to tell a difference. You know, I have a 360 hertz monitor now, and I thought, you know, maybe I'd be able to tell some difference between wired and wireless. The monitor also has a latency module built in, so I can test latencies of different things. It doesn't work for mice at the moment, unfortunately, but when they bring that out, I'll be able to test that properly. But to me, for feeling wise, there's no noticeable difference, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, about my time with the G Pro Wireless Superlight. So I'd like to start off by saying I was using the G Pro Wireless for a month before I switched to the Superlight. I did it specifically so I could tell the differences between the two, and if I would think about upgrading. For a normal person, I think the G Pro Wireless is fine. If you're just a casual gamer, this is going to be absolutely fine. It's a brilliant mouse. I aimed great with it when I was using it. I would only recommend the G Pro Wireless Superlight for people who are in the competitive scene, who are trying to go pro, semi-pro, who want to climb the ranks, that sort of thing. You don't need it, but it's just a nice thing to have, especially if you're playing long hours. Some people don't actually talk about this, but the lightweight mice just allow you to play for longer. Like your shoulder feels nicer at the end of the day. Your wrist doesn't feel as tired. You're just able just to perform at your best for a longer period of time. Initially switching to the Superlight mouse, any of them, you are going to notice a slight decrease in your aim. I would say you're going to feel a bit snappier. You're going to feel a bit more responsive, but your aim is actually going to slightly decrease. At least that's what I noticed. Once you get used to the lightweight, it's going to be no difference at all. You're just going to gain that snappiness. You're going to gain that responsive feeling of a light mouse, that micro adjustment, but you're still going to be able to aim just as well, be just as steady, be just as stable. So is the G Pro Superlight worth the £150 price tag? I think yes. For the competitive player, it is. Now, the real question, is the G Pro Superlight the best currently on the market, aka the God mouse for Valorant and Fortnite? I think out of every mouse on the market right now, this is the best mouse money can buy. You will have no questions if you're going to be able to perform. You're going to have no questions if you're getting the best of the best. And compared to the G Pro Superlight, it's a good upgrade. It was already coming from a great mouse, and they've just made it even better. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching my review. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Like if you liked it, dislike if you dislike, and subscribe if you love the video. I will see you guys in the next one. More reviews coming soon. Let me know in the comment section what you would like me to review next. Much love, peace, and goodbye.